In Ghana, more than half the population earns its income from the farming sector, and cocoa is agriculture's economic backbone. But the environment is coming under growing pressure.
The biggest source of deforestation in Ghana is overlogging, and then also farming. If care is not taken, time will come, you might not have the forest anymore.
If there's nothing done to address these issues, it's very possible in the next 10, 20, 30 years, Ghana will cease to be a major cocoa producer. In Ghana, there's a saying, Ghana is cocoa, and cocoa is Ghana. It's the world's second largest producer of cocoa beans, and it's integrated also with food crop production. In terms of agriculture, it's the dominant cash crop and has been for almost 100 years.
But the sector is facing uncertainty.
What we're starting to see in terms of climate change's impact on cocoa production is the dry seasons are becoming longer, and then we can have extreme dry events. And that happens during critical production of cocoa pods, and sometimes we're going to get more rain, but not necessarily at the times when we need rain. And so it leads to flooding events and fungus that basically kills them.
In 2013, a team of scientists from a project called Eco-Limits began looking into sustainable cocoa farming techniques here in southern Ghana. They found that cocoa yields increased when shade trees were present on individual farms, and crucially, when protected forests were retained in the general landscape.
Some of the benefits of increased tree cover, the increase in soil fertility and good soil moisture, and protection of cocoa trees from storms.
Forest forest line so mama cocoa ni na fine nti omo ka kire na ye ja nnua no wo bia emben bebre ni so no ama ono so akoso aboa ya ama ono so ya ite se de ben forest line na.
With funding from the Ecosystem Services for Poverty Alleviation program, the Eco-Limits research team worked on a range of techniques to enrich the environment, whilst simultaneously boosting farmers' incomes.
We found that leaving rotting vegetation in the farms increased water retention. It also decomposed easily and faster to release nutrients to the cocoa trees. It served as good breeding grounds for pollinators.
Eco-Limits has been working closely with communities to better understand the cocoa forest landscape and to implement these new methods.
Yes, I do. How much less say it should do piece now, a ditch cocoa which she has. And I'm saying to me, no cocoa will not a. I saw, come on.
Techniques like these are transforming cocoa farming here, and the project has observed a wide range of benefits.
Eco-Limits looks at two aspects of the farmer. One is the natural science, and the other is the social science. We've assessed overall wealth of the family, access to education for children, and satisfaction of life for the farmer.
Because today, minya wo say nye bi de hwe mere ne mema ene omo school ko ana ono so no anye bi o ma start say me dey be si me dan.
The transition to climate-smart cocoa has begun, but there are still challenges. In Ghana, farmers do not own native forest trees on their land, and the government has the right to cut them down at any time.
We find an unfortunate situation where even if a farmer maintains a tree, maybe in 10 years' time, that area of land could be given out as a concession to a timber operator. And so a farmer might have no recourse but to watch his farm be logged. And that creates a huge disincentive in keeping trees. So now we're entering into serious dialogue, sharing these findings with the government and mapping out how do we change this.
the cocoa industry is also taking steps to improve sustainability.
Over 40 companies, including the Marses, the Nestle's, Two-Tone, made an announcement to say that the entire cocoa sector is committed to helping integrate resilience into cocoa farms for climate sustainability and also reducing deforestation.
Climate smart approach is important for Two-Tone because we believe that to be able to secure the supply chain over a long period, we need to address all the issues from a climate change perspective.
I'm tremendously hopeful that in 100 years, we'll still have cocoa farmers on this landscape, we'll still have forests, and Ghana will still be the second or maybe even the first global producer of cocoa in the world.